Let's move on to FPL this week. What were your transfers this week?
My transfers were Salah in because I didn't want to lose any more points from him. I thought about getting in Alexander Arnold as well, but I couldn't do it because I didn't have the cash to do it. And also, I brought in Wilson and captained him, which turned out to be good. I started Kepa instead of Raya, but Kepa didn't play, so Raya will come off the bench. I'm sure you have Estupinian coming off the bench with 17 points as well.
For you, I
For
don't
you,
think
right?
you have. Yes,
For
yes.
you,
For
right?
me, yeah.
Yeah,
For me, Estupinian will come in for Rashford. So, Hose, you have kept Rashford on the bench, right? And we have seen Rashford training now, back in training. So,
yeah,
hopefully, we are thinking Rashford will be back in the squad as well and start the game if
yeah.
everything goes well.
Right, right.
So, now, what is the most tempting thing? City have a double game week and Mahrez hasn't played. So
Yeah.
whether a Mahrez or maybe a Foden, you go for that kind of player in 37 week or save a transfer and use two transfers in 38 when we know there might be huge rotations for some players in some teams, and then specifically target those fixtures and go for those players. So what is
For
the
me, right now, it's target every week to finish as high as possible because City having a double game week is always a time when you have to target them. And I think a City triple up on attack is the best thing to do. Probably Gundogan, um, Haaland, and Alvarez because I could see De Bruyne kind of struggling today after the 70th minute. I doubt if he would start um, the first match. So I think, yeah, that is what I think would be the best route for the next game week. Ake is an issue for me if he would play or because he's holding up on a City place for me. Yeah, so I would definitely target City and United, probably Rashford and Bruno Fernandes. You have your team almost set up to ready for the next game week. So yeah, the real question is, do you keep Salah for those who want to bring in De Bruyne? If there is no other route, I see a lot of people going for De Bruyne through Salah.
Yeah, probably. But as you said now, looking at today's game and the way he was feeling it after those 70 minutes, and probably if we are still in the unknown territory, if Arsenal drop points, either they draw or lose, it will be an automatic win for City. Like they will be winning the title. So Pep might rotate there as well. So I think if you want to go punt on someone, you go for Bruno instead of Salah. Is what I feel. He has a double game week. He can be your captain if you feel like it instead of going for De Bruyne currently, because we know he mostly will be missing either the second double game week game or like both, maybe probably if
Yeah,
Pep decides to, and directly play on game week 38. So
right.
that is the only option I feel outside captaincy choice. And who's speaking about captaincy choice, do you think Haaland starts both the game, and will be he your captain?
Very tricky, but I think at least he would start one game, and probably the last game he would not play the whole 90 minutes because he'll be subbed off with a huge, celebration and applaud from the fans. It's what I think will happen. Um, yeah, so any day if you have Haaland with a double game week, you would be tempted to captain him. What are our other options, Mayur? Haaland,
So yes, either a Brighton midfielder, maybe a Mitoma McAllister, or maybe a United attacker, probably Rashford or Bruno.
but
Or
I
else you
see
can go with
Haaland
single.
scoring over them on a double game week. I definitely see Haaland scoring, um, outscoring these guys. And also, one thing to note is that some of the players in your mini leagues might have a triple captaincy which they were holding, and they would play it on a Haaland rather than a Brighton or a Bruno Fernandes. So if you are wary of that, it's better to captain Haaland, as these guys who have the triple captain might play it on Haaland.
Yes. So the only thing which we might consider is Haaland might start. Most likely, what I feel is Haaland will start both the games, but will play 60-60 in both the games, is what I feel. Because Pep, as we have seen in the past recent games and game weeks, that Haaland has started most of the games. Uh,
Yeah,
like in instances only when he was injured or something, very fatigued, Pep rotated him. But we have seen he has started most of the games and he is very fit, considering all other players, maybe like Gundogan, or maybe like a Kevin De Bruyne. So I feel Haaland will start. But again, if you feel there is a chance for punt, I was thinking before going for a Fernandes captain. So I'm still undecided. We'll decide it probably on deadline day itself on Saturday. So yeah, but as of now, 60-40, it's in favor of Haaland. But again,
yeah.
that is something you have to look out for if you fancy a punt, taking a punt and going all out in your mini leagues and trying to turn the tables. Apart from that, you mentioned your transfer plans.
Yeah, yeah. So I was thinking of getting in Mares. If Ake, if you don't get any news from about Ake, I'll get him off and get Mares and Gundogan most probably. That is my plan right now.
So you will be
Or
taking a
Alvarez
minus.
and or
uh,
Alvarez and Gundogan or
so
Mares.
for
So at least
Ake
a
to,
-4 or
okay.
-8.
Okay, interesting. Probably I would be saving if Rashford comes in, because I'm still not decided. Even if I go for a Mahrez or someone like that, whether he will start the game in 38. So that is what I'm concerned about. Most likely will save the transfer and go, unless there are other news on Rashford or maybe someone starting we know for sure or something like that. So yeah, that's the plan for now. If you haven't joined our league code, the league code is mentioned and in the description box below as well. You can join. And